forget to put makeup on, honey. Like, do you want to look like a baddie or not?
You say nothing's wrong at all, baby. I say that we falling off, baby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tayler with an E. And if you are new here, hello, welcome. And if you are returning, then you know I come back every blue moon with something. But we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna tell y'all now, like, I recorded this video before, and for whatever reason, when I put it on my computer, there was no sound. So I had to start all over, but it worked in my favor, because realistically, I didn't even like how my makeup came out in that video. But this one, yeah, this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the one. And I'm telling you now, if you're not into full coverage, full glam, this is not the video for you, because this is my full coverage everyday makeup routine. Like, I only do full coverage makeup when I go places, when I go out, and that's what this is. This is not my like 10-minute makeup. I'll do that in another video. This is my full glam makeup. Okay, so we're here now. We're gonna get started. My face is already prepped. I just washed it. It is moisturized. I'm not gonna use any primer. I don't really use primer because my skin is usually pretty dry. And when I use primers and stuff, it just dries my skin and it makes it flaky, and we don't want any of that. So we're gonna start with the brows. I haven't done this in a long time, but I'm gonna do it today. I'm going to take a little bit of lash glue and just put it through my brow hairs. And I'm only doing this really because my brows, they need to be like waxed terribly. But I'm letting them grow a little bit more because I bleached them. And yeah, so I bleached them. I want to let them grow out a little bit more and then do them, because I'm about to be a DIY maintenance girly again, because I can't be paying everybody to do maintenance on me when I honestly, like, I know how to do it myself. So I put that glue through, and then I'm just gonna brush it up in the direction that I want my brow hairs to go. Like I said, since my brows need to be done, I kind of just want them to look at least in some kind of order. And then we'll do the same thing to the other side. I like to let the glue get a little bit tacky, because then it'll be easier for the brows to move and like stay in place. So this side I probably let it dry too long, but it's okay. Y'all know how y'all have one brow that's always better than the other one. It's this brow, but okay. So my brows, they are in place, and now I'm taking this Morphe pencil. Like I said, my brows are bleached. I want them to match my hair color. So I'm using the micro brow pencil by Morphe, and this is the color Latte. It's a very light, cool brown. So I'm just gonna start by outlining the natural brow. And I think like the glue, it just makes it so much better. Like the glue just allows me to really see where my brows are, where I need to fill in, because I don't like a super bold, filled in, thick brow. I like my brows to look very natural. Like defined, but very natural. So me pushing up all of my brow hairs, it just allows everything, like, you can see where my natural hair is. Okay, so we're gonna do that on both sides. So once I outline, I just do like the small strokes that I'm doing right now. This is what I do. Because again, I hate it's super thick, like bold brow for me. Like it looks good on other people, but for me personally, like I don't have the face for that. I don't have the face for that, and I'm not gonna pretend that I do. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of foundation. So I use the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear. This is the shade 40. No, this is the shade 460 Suede W. And I'm only gonna take a little bit on the back of my hand with a flat brush. I have a flat brush, and I'm going to carve out the top. Because again, I like a defined brow. I don't like a thick brow, but defined, yes. Yes. So I'm just outlining the top. And this is also just going to help clean up and give me the illusion that my brows are done, even though they are not. Now that I have done this, it kind of allows me to see also like where else I might need to fill in my brows, like which area is more sparse, thin. I don't know, but there's a little bit on the side, so I need to fill her in just slightly. Oh, I can't believe I stopped putting glue through my brows, but today I said let's just try it out again because I used to do it and I just love how it makes my brows look. Underneath, I'm going to take my MAC Studio Radiance Concealer. This is the shade in W30, and I'm putting a little bit on the back of my hand again. And I'm taking my flat brush again, and then we're gonna carve out underneath. And if you're a beginner at this, please take your time, because you don't want your brows to be looking crazy because you wanted to rush through this process. Like I always tell people, it takes time to do your makeup, especially if you're starting out. Like it takes time to do your makeup, and you need time. You need time, okay? Because it's not gonna happen overnight where you could do your makeup in 20 minutes, especially if you're trying to achieve a full coverage, more of a glammed look. Because baby, when I tell you the amount of people that be like, I don't take long doing my makeup, but I want my makeup to look like yours. Honey, you can't. It's like not possible. I can do that because I know what I'm doing, but I'm sorry, starting out is definitely gonna take you 45 minutes to an hour to do your makeup and all the steps that you need to do to achieve the look. Like, you can't be scared to put makeup on, honey. Like, do you want to look like a baddie or not? Not saying you need makeup to look like a baddie, but like, do you want to look like a baddie or not? And then I'm just gonna blend this out with a fluffy brush. Usually I use like a more dense brush, but I don't have it right now, so we're just gonna fluff it out. Okay, so now we're gonna move into my face makeup. So we're gonna do two foundations. I recently started doing this because I don't know. I've been like, it's summertime. That's why. I do know why. The weather is getting really nice. I don't want my skin to be as matte. Like, it's not cold anymore. So I have been using the e.l.f. Liquid Halo Glow Foundation with my Lancome Teint Idole. And before y'all tell me that this foundation is too dark, I know that. I know that. I have to mix foundations to get like my shade. So this one is slightly darker, and then the Lancome one is a little bit more yellow. So I just mix them, and it evens out perfectly. So I just put this underneath my Lancome makeup, because it's still gonna add a nice freshness to my skin. And then the Lancome is what's gonna come in and give me that full coverage that I like. But like I said, I know that the e.l.f. one is too dark, but I need it to balance out this foundation. And sometimes y'all gonna have to mix. Y'all can't be afraid to mix because you don't want to look too yellow and you definitely don't want to look too ashy. The easiest tip that I have when it comes to foundation matching is really like go get matched by a professional. Um, Go get matched by a professional. Help them, I mean, not help them, ask them about your undertone, get samples. I used to work at Sephora, and so often I would see people come in, they would buy a full foundation based on like one of our recommendations. They hate it, this, that, and the third. Get samples. Get samples. Like, get foundations samples before you commit. Not only to see the shade because the lighting is very different in the store versus not, but like to even see how you like the foundation, get samples. So I just tapped this into my skin, and I do the tapping motion because it's going to create that full coverage. Like, it's going to give me that full coverage that I don't need, but I love. Okay, and y'all see how the color, like, perfect. So now we're gonna go in with this MAC Studio Radiance concealer again, same one that I carved my underbrow with. And we are going to, I'm starting on the outside because I'm gonna use a very light shade for the center here. And when I do this, I don't surpass my cheekbones. So a way to remember not to surpass your cheekbones is by smiling and placing the concealer right on top of your cheeks. I know it looks different on both sides, but I don't really care. Go down the bridge of your nose, above your lip. Essentially, you're putting this highlight shade where your face naturally is brighter or has highlights. Because when we put foundation on, foundation gets rid of the natural dimension that we have in our skin and in our face, because it's just one color. Highlighting and contouring is going to bring all of that back together. So I put this, like I said, right on top of my cheekbones, and I like a very, very, very bright under eye. So I'm taking the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Light Beige, and we're gonna pop this right in the center of our under eye. And this one is a little bit yellow. It's a lot more yellow than the other one. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, like if it's picking up on camera. But my middle, this shade, is a lot more yellow than this shade because I just like my under eye bright, like brightened. So more yellow, more warm is going to brighten your under eye. And then for the natural highlight, I just chose a cooler, more neutral tone because I'm a more neutral undertone girl. And then once I blend these together, it gives me everything I need. So I'm gonna start by blending the outside only, and I'm using those tapping motions again, like stamping the concealer, just because I want coverage. And we're going to bring it towards our hairline so we can give ourselves a lift. Y'all see how my face is lifted right now? Like, snatched. Yeah. Okay. And I'm not touching that inner corner or like the inner part of my eye just yet. Because I really want that to sit and I want that coverage to build. Like, I want that coverage to build. right underneath my eye. Okay, I want to address something. So many people think like, hold on, before I address that. So you see how we have two different harshness? I'm just taking my foundation side and I'm gonna tap that right on that seam. In a sense, it is a seam. And then it's just gonna be very natural and blended together. But I wanted to address something. People are always like, how do you get your under eye not to crease? The answer is you can't. The answer is you can't. Texture is always going to be enhanced on your skin. So if you have texture on your skin, it's going to show up more with makeup. The only thing that I can say is don't put so much product underneath your eye because it's gonna settle in regardless. Like I have creases underneath my eyes. Y'all see them? I have creases underneath my eyes, and you see how the concealer is setting into there? It's going to crease. It's going to crease. Like I could set it with powder, but I'm just gonna make sure that it's not creased like that when I do set it with my powder, because it's going to crease. It's texture. Okay, so we're still letting this sit. Now I'm gonna take my LYS Beauty bronzing stick, and this is the shade Courage. I love this stick so much. Easiest way, fish face, tip of your ear, down to where the hollow of the fish face ends. So tip of the ear, down to that hollow. And then on my forehead, my nose, and my jawline. I'm just taking it towards the point of my chin. And we're gonna blend this out. When we blend out our contour, we wanna do the same like motions, but we're gonna make sure it goes more up than down because we don't want our face to drag. Okay, so we're gonna blend it up and also just kind of like blending it with that concealer that we did because we don't want our face to drag. So you see how it's still, we're still lifted. Okay, and then with our jawline, we're gonna blend it down because now we're trying to create a snatched jawline. We're gonna blend that down, right underneath our chin. Okay, so you see how we are like snatched a little bit? Forehead, we're gonna blend into our hairline. So I'm using two blushes because I just like the shades of them. This is Rare Beauty in the shade Happy, and then this is the Unhinged Urban Decay Hydromaniac. So I'm going to put the Hydromaniac one higher up on my cheek since it's more of a berry. And I'm putting it in between the highlight shade and the contour. Again, we're using blush to lift our faces these days and to give us some color. And then I'm just gonna take the Rare Beauty and like stamp it right underneath. I'm not gonna use that much of this one in comparison to what I usually do. I'm using a dense brush here too, just so we could get the color. And again, tapping motions in a circle, like tapping motions, but lift. Yeah, just like that. So tapping motions towards the hairline. And I like using those two shades because it just gives me dimension. I love dimension everywhere on my face. Okay, and now we can go ahead and blend out that under eye concealer. But we're just going to focus it in the corner where it is. This will also help blend in with the blush. And that's how we have a bright under eye. And then whatever the concealer disturbed with the blush, we're just going to take the remaining product on that brush and just blend it out. So now I'm going to finish doing my nose contour. As you can see, we already started. I put a little bit on the tip of my nose. And I'm just going to take this brush and do a swiping side to side motion, on the tip of my nose. And then take that leftover product and bring it down the bridge of my nose. Like so, like that. And then I just like my nose super duper snatched. So I'm taking my leftover concealer and I'm just gonna blend it on the sides of my nose, like right here. And that's just gonna help with my nose definition a little bit more. So now we have finished all of our creams, and this is what it looks like before we set everything. Like creams, baby, if you ain't using them, this is your time to start. Just want to chisel this out some. So I just like to take a paper towel and put my setting powder on there. So the setting powder that I'm using is this Makeup Revolution setting powder in the shade Translucent. I have my powder puff and I'm just going to make sure that everything is blend out before I start setting it. And now that it's blend out, I'm going to take my powder puff. I dabbed it into the powder and we're just going to start tapping it underneath my eyes first. And this is what's going to give us, again, airbrush, brightening, all of that. And I'm just going to keep tapping it in until there's no shine. Because it just looks so good. Like, and I'm really pressing this translucent powder into all of the areas where we highlight. So underneath our eyes, our chin, above our lip, our nose. I'm saying our. My nose and my forehead. Like wherever you see shine, that's where you want to put it. Okay, so after I do the translucent, new word, translucent, I'm gonna do my Huda Beauty. Oh my god, I love this powder, but I didn't want to buy it twice. So I'm using this Huda Beauty Easy Blur powder, Easy Bake powder, and this is the shade Blondie. This powder is yellow. Oh my god, I love it. It's yellow. I love it, and I love the smell of this powder too. So I'm putting some of this powder on the paper towel with the translucent powder, and now I'm just gonna dab a little bit of both. I'm dabbing a little bit of both so you see it's not so white this time. And I'm just gonna set the rest of my face, especially like carve out underneath here. like my jaw and everything. So I'm going to tap that there. I'm going to tap this powder over my cream contour as well. And the reason why I like using the more yellow powder, it just matches my skin a little bit more. I could use translucent all over my face, but I just like how the yellow, it just warms up my face, if that makes sense. And then we're going to do that with the cream on the forehead too. I'm telling y'all cannot skip any of these steps. Don't be trying to take no shortcuts because you want your makeup done quicker. Like, once you start doing your makeup, you're gonna get here, and you could do all the shortcuts you want, but right now, don't take no shortcuts. We have set everything with powder. Now we're gonna put powder of everything that we used, but in powder form. So like we did cream bronzer, cream contour. We're gonna do powder bronzer. We did cream blush. We're gonna do powder blush. So I'm taking my NARS Laguna bronzer, and I have Laguna 6. My favorite high-end bronzer is this one. Like, I'm not gonna tell you any other high. Like, if you want to get a high-end bronzer, you need to get this one. Drugstore, Juvia's Place. No questions asked. Once I run out of this NARS, I'm going to Juvia's Place. I've used that one before, but I really wanted to try a high-end bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer ever. It's not super mattifying and it's not super shimmery. Cause some bronzers they be super shimmery, and I'm not a fan. I don't want my cheeks glistening. I'm sorry, but I don't. So everywhere we put the cream bronzer, we're putting the powder. And the thing about it too is you want to use a big fluffy brush like this so you don't put so much on. Because there have been times where I used, like, for instance, a brush this dense and it packs a punch, and we don't want to punch with our powder. So you want to use a very fluffy brush for your for your powder bronzer and your powder blush. Okay, so while we did that, now I'm going to take my translucent powder again, and this time it's mixed a little bit with the yellow, and we're just gonna bake. Yeah, I don't know why it came out like that. What the heck? Why does it look like that? It's not supposed to look like that. Oh my god. But I'm flushing it on my nose like this because I want my nose to be snatched. You hear me? So we're flushing it on my nose like that. I have my tried and true modern Dreamer palette by NYX. You can already tell what shades we finna use. You already tell what shades we finna use. So I'm taking this dark brown right here. This stuff is totally optional. This is what I do for my everyday. You can just use bronzer, but I like a little defined eye. So I'm gonna start in the bridge of my nose, where my nose meets my eyebrow, and I'm just gonna put that color in my crease. And I'm just gonna fan it out a little bit to give my eye more of a lift. And before y'all say, oh my god, that's too dark. Did y'all not hear me say I like definition? I like definition on my eyeballs. And I just fan it out so I can have a little lift. Now that my brows are like a little bit lighter, definition on my eyelids and in my crease, it just looks so much better. So that's why I have really been focusing on putting definition in my crease, because my light brows, it just eats. And like, I'm going lighter with my hair soon. So we're just gonna make do. Now I'm taking this shade. I don't even know if they still make this palette. I don't even know. And I'm gonna go right underneath onto my lid, more of my lid with that. And we're just gonna follow it up. This is just so, remember that concealer we put on earlier from the eyebrow? That's just kind of smoothing that out and giving a smooth eyelid base, whatever. And then lastly, I'm taking the fairest shade here. Make sure, this one. And then we're gonna put that on the lid. It's very fair, but it's also natural, like for me. And we're just gonna like fake cut the crease. Because we're not doing super defined cut crease, we're just faking like we are. And I'm just putting that light shade there. My brush had a little bit of shimmer on it, so it's a little bit shimmery, which is kind of cute. But yeah, we're just faking this cut crease. And I'm pressing where my eye, like where my eyeball ends. Okay, you see how it's like a defined eye? Ugh. I love this. Like the first time that I did this, y'all, I was like, I outdid myself. Because I usually don't wear eyeshadow. Like I put bronzer on my eyelids. But I started wanting to have like a little bit more definition on my eyes. Like I said, because my brows are lighter and the definition on my eyes, they just started to look better with my lighter brows. And this looks so good. Like, I love my eyes. I love this eyeshadow. Okay, and then once you once you do your lid, you're gonna take that fluffy brush that we use for the outer parts, and we're just gonna blend it out by sweeping it over, not tapping. And I'm gonna take a highlighter. This is by Ofra Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna pop her in the inner corner of my eyes. This is gonna help open my eye. And then once we brush off the powder, we'll add more. Eyes are done. Now we're gonna go to blush. Juvia's Place Blush Volume 2. It's very pink. And I'm gonna use both of these. So I'm using the same side that I did for my bronzer. And I'm just gonna mix it like so. Tap off the excess. And same thing, wherever we put that, the cream, we're putting the powder. Lifting the face. And it's also gonna dust off that powder where it needs to be dusted for right now, which is fine. It just looks so good. Like, I don't even think the camera's doing it justice. I cannot find the package to these lashes, and I have multiple pairs of these lashes. So whenever I find it, I'll be able to tell y'all what lashes these are, and I'll put them in my description box, because I love these lashes. These are the only lashes that I'll ever buy, unless it's a half lash. But these are the only lashes that I'm ever going to buy, because they just make my eyes, like they flatter my eyes so much. And with this makeup look, like they just flatter my eyes so much. While that's drying, we're gonna do our lips. Now I have two options here. I have my Limitless Brown by Makeup Forever, which needs to be sharp. We're gonna use Limitless Brown because the other one is in my purse and I don't want to go get it right now. So this is the Makeup Forever Limitless Brown. I'm cutting my lip because it needs to be sharpened. So once I do the bottom, you just see what I did. Once I do the bottom, I just tap and it's gonna go to the top. And once it hits the top, I'm going to overline right like above the middle of my skin only. Like there's like a tiny fold on your lip, and that's where I overline because I love full juicy lips. Like, please. I love a full juicy lip. Like, just look at that. Like, my lips look good without liner, but baby, I love a full juicy lip. Okay, so now that that's done, our lashes, they're pretty dried by now. Not pretty dried. They're dried enough. I'm gonna put them on. I have a mirror and I'm looking down like I'm reading a book. And I'm just gonna place it in the middle first. And then we'll place it elsewhere. But I place it in the middle first just because I want to make sure it's gonna stick. And then I can manipulate how I want it everywhere else. Like, come on, that is a lash. Look how much that just lifts my face versus no lash. Like, lash, no lash, girl. I don't like using tweezers to put my lashes on. And when my nails are short, I need both hands. When my nails are short, I love putting lashes on with my fingers. Please don't stick to me. Oh my God. Why are you sticking to me? Yeah, the lashes stuff, the lashes stuff is sticky. And it's causing technical difficulties. Because now I'm about to have to add more glue and I ain't trying to do all of that. God loves me so much because I was going to be so hurt if I had to put more glue. But I am going to put just a little bit on the inner corners because they are looking like they need a little bit of reinforcement on both sides. So we're just going to do a dab there. Oh, this I want to place so much. Now we can finish our lips. Let me make sure that looks okay. Okay, yes, now we can finish our lips. So I'm taking this e.l.f. This is the lip liner that I was going to use, but it's in my purse, the brown one that I have. This is a berry tone. I'm going to have to get my purse anyways because my lip combo's in there. But this is a berry one, and I'm just going to go right on top of that brown with this berry. And like no neatness or nothing. I'm just like ombreing it. The lipstick that I use is the Sephora Collection Cream Satin. This is the shade 69. It's pink, like a nude pink. So I'm just put it right in the center. And I'm just gonna tap it out. I've been a very like pink girl lately because it looked real good on me. Like, pink looks so good on my lips, and I'm like, what the heck? I love nudes. Like, I like when girls have the perfect nude lip combos. But baby, the nude combos, they not like they're for me, but they not for me. It looks so harsh on camera, but it's not that harsh in person. And y'all, use your fingers to blend out your liner with your lip color because it's just so flawless. Okay, now I'm gonna take two glosses. I'm taking this Lifter Gloss by Maybelline. This color is Moon, and it has a little bit of shine, like shimmer. It's a little bit shimmery. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's a little bit shimmery, but it ain't shiny enough for me, if I'm being honest. This gloss is not shiny enough for me. But I'll put that right on top because it has like a little sparkle effect. But the real gloss, oof. And I need to buy every single shade of this gloss. Hold on, before I add that gloss, I don't know why I bought this one, like the Maybelline gloss, thinking it was going to be a dupe for the Huda Beauty. I was wrong. I was wrong because the shine in this is nothing compares, nothing. So I'm finna go buy all the Huda Beauty glosses because the shine on these glosses, baby, 10 out of 10. So this one is Ooh Baby by Huda Beauty. Like the shine, y'all, the shine. You don't even need a lot. You don't even need a lot. Oh my god, it just looks so good. Like, I got brass dolls lips, and that's all I want in this life. Like, hello. Okay, so I know y'all are looking at me like, girl, what is we doing with this powder? I promise, we about to take it off right now. We about to take it off right now. I am going to dust off this powder with the opposite end of this brush. And I'm taking a little bit of the yellow setting powder to dust it off because I don't want it to be super white underneath my eye. And we're just sweeping it off. And when you sweep it, you want to do with a little bit of pressure. Like, a little bit of pressure. And then I'm going to just take my blush brush. Ooh, it looks so good. And then I'm going to take a little bit of bronzer and just go down the bridge of my nose. And then mascara. I'm using the Tartelette mascara, Tartelette tubing mascara. And we're just going to coat the top lashes to blend in with the false lash. And then we're going to do the bottom lashes. We're just doing finishing touches right now. I'm taking this black eyeliner. This is my favorite black gel liner from Makeup Forever. It's my absolute favorite. And I'm just tight lining underneath my eye. Like, tight lining the top part of my eye. Because it just makes my eye like a little bit smaller. Because my eyes are big and sometimes I don't want them looking so big. So just putting the tight line, it helps minimize them just a little bit. I'm going to add some highlighter. I'm going to use my fingers. I'm going to put it down the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose. Is it missing my lips? Not it. I might add a little to my cheeks. Let me see what it would look like. Just a little bit. Because I haven't used highlighter on my cheeks in forever. Okay. She's eating down. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. This is the Extra Glow because, like I said, summertime's coming. We don't want to look matte. My hair is crazy. We're washing it this week. Ooh, y'all, have y'all seen that One Size glitter setting spray? I want it so bad. Why do I need it? I don't. But I want it because if I want to look like a fairy some days, like I want it. So this is my everyday look. It is so cute. Like this look, I love this look because it's just perfect for me. Like it snatches me. The lip combo, oh my god, like I love it. I love it. So thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you decide to try this makeup. Let me know if it's helped you. I do want to start incorporating more makeup tutorials on my page because I am just makeup girly through and through and through. Never gonna stop, and I'm getting back to my roots. So let me know if you try this look. All the products that I use will be down in the description box below. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.